The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corporation.
When my girl's got the sweetest pussy.
Hey, welcome to Sin City Bounty. We are live.
We're not.
What's it say? It says trying to reconnect. While it's reconnecting, it'll do it on its own. So, we're live on Facebook. We are live on Ustream, so you can watch us live instead of listen to us live on www.dbtv.com. Oh, sorry. www.db.com. There we go. TV. There we go. www.db.tv. My readers broke. My readers broke, so I'm borrowing Fern's, and they say I look great in blue readers.
You do. That's why I wear them.
I'm totally into them.
I have a spare pair of readers at my around the house that I use that are emergencies. And they're bifocals, but I can only see out of the little tiny big squares at the bottom. So, thank you very much, Fern, for
You're
these.
very welcome. It's important that you see.
So let me tell you what I was doing today.
Okay.
But I went to go visit my neighbor who is now in rehab. He went to the hospital for pneumonia. And this is my 80-year-old, I love him to death neighbor.
The only neighbor you like.
The only neighbor I have ever liked in my life. Right. Well, not the one that I really like, that I get along with. Yeah. And so I went to go visit him today. But before that, when I first wake up in the morning and have my coffee, I do news. I catch up on the news from the night before. So I usually do the ABC ones, Nightline and, all those other ones and stuff. And then on the way here, I always listen to Rachel Maddow on the way here to see what's been going on. And on 4 of the different news places that I went on today, because I consume all my news in the morning while I'm having coffee. They did a segment on The Bachelorette show. I have never watched The Bachelorette in my life, but it's a big deal this year. The Bachelorette. Come on, listen. Because number one, The Bachelorette is the first African American ever to be on The Bachelorette,
which is cool.
And I guess there was some drama.
There was.
So I said, okay, let me check out the show. I have Hulu. It's on Hulu. So I went on to Hulu. And so I watched all 3 episodes this morning that are available.
I haven't seen last night, so don't give a spoiler.
I won't.
I tend to watch once a year. I watch a season of The Bachelor. It's like my... I can't think of what the term is. I've used it
guilty
before.
Pleasure.
Thank you. It's my guilty pleasure.
Does it come on more than once a year?
Yeah, like all the time.
Oh, is it like a recurring?
And so normally the time I watch it is the beginning of the year. Like there was the sexy soccer player that was an asshole the one time, and he's running on the beach, and as soon as he started to talk, he was a jerk. But aside from that, I just watch it once and that's it. And it is the whitest show on television, like especially for being on ABC. The whitest show on television.
ABC is a pretty white channel.
Well, no, ABC is pretty diverse.
Is it diverse?
Pretty culturally and family dynamically diverse.
Yeah.
I don't remember it as such, but I don't really pay attention to who's putting the shows out.
Okay, so ABC is typically pretty diverse. Okay. And so every season they'll have like 1 or 2, black ladies on there, and then they're voted off right away. So this Bachelorette, I should know her name.
Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel. Was on last season on The Bachelor. And basically what happened...
She was like second to the last, right? Yeah.
And when she proclaimed her love, you thought the whole season, this is it. This is the woman he's going to end up with. And they really led you up until the end. This is the one. And
well, that's television. That's classic television there.
It was like she's the one who got the very first rose, and so anyway, at the very end, he broke her down and she professed her love, and then he dropped her. like at the end. So everybody was appalled, but Rachel was phenomenal. And so she's now the Bachelorette. This season is very diverse.
It is. I'm watching the initial episode, and they're introducing all these guys. I'm not in a relationship right now. I have no desire to be, but I want to marry half these men because they all presented themselves so well, and it's so diverse. It is extremely, like, they have plenty of African Americans on there. There's an Indian guy, there's a Hispanic guy, there's a guy from Russia, someone from Colombia, and an Islander, I think, and and they're all, oh my God, amazingly good looking.
And there's the Wahoo guy. But they always have like a crazy person on there, and they keep them on way longer than they should for television purposes.
And one of the things that I have learned watching this show is that men are just as dramatic as women. Just so you know.
Oh, yeah.
I did not realize that men got so backstabby, jealous, crazy.
Right.
As much as they do in a group of men. Although quite supportive of each other, too. You know, you see the good and the bad. And
right. There's
it was
some
very
romances.
Fun. I have to say, it was very fun to watch. I don't know if I'll continue. I may for a few more episodes, but it's not my typical genre. And I know you posted in our secret
You will not
Facebook
turn
group.
me. You will not turn me. I will not turn it on. I will not turn the channel.
The other one that you won't watch is Housewives. Any of the Housewives?
I've never seen any of those.
I am forced to watch those when I go to my mom's. She always has them on the TV. I never pay attention though, so I have no idea who's who or what's going on. But
I don't watch soap
I don't watch
operas.
those.
I used to when I was a kid. I was
I
a
did
big
too.
General
My mom
Hospital fan.
did all the CBS ones like Young and the Restless, and
I was a
As the
General
World
Hospital
Turns.
fan when it had the spies. Do you remember the one guy that was like the 007? He was Australian or whatever, and then his Australian woman spy came along. It was great.
No, can't say I have.
I watched Days of Our Lives up until about a year ago, and I started when I was in junior high.
You know who cracks me up is Jacob. He's in Florida, and he's all
and
his
he's
little
watching,
soap opera. And
right.
That's the most I know of soap operas because of him posting, and I'm even going, oh!
I do like Empire.
Never seen
It's
it.
very soap opera-y.
Oh, I heard, I think it's on, it's called Billions on Showtime, or...
I don't have
Yes.
any of those
Ballers?
fancy channels.
No, Ballers with my boyfriend Dwayne.
Don't
yes.
talk to me about the
Ballers is
fancy
so
channels.
good.
I did learn though that there's a college here in America that is giving a course on Game of Thrones.
Ooh, I'm there.
You can take
love
a
Game of
class.
Thrones.
I don't know if it's for credit or not. I could do a show on Firefly. I mean, I
don't know that one either.
I could do a class on any science fiction show.
Yeah.
I watched Firefly.
Did you?
Yeah.
Were you forced to?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know that one.
Goramit.
That's funny.
Have you seen Leftovers?
No.
Ooh, Sense8.
Sense8 has
Oh.
been canceled.
What?
They just released the new season and they announced that they were canceling Sense8.
Oh, man.
That is also a super diverse show.
Yeah, that
which
was a pretty
I
cool.
love. And the whole scene in the hot tub where in their mind they're all doing each other, it was awesome.
I didn't see that one yet.
Do you know what comes out next weekend?
Orange is the New Black.
Orange is the
Yeah.
New Black.
I don't know that one either.
That's the
I
women in
plan to,
prison.
Yeah, I heard it, but I've never seen it.
What is your genre of TV movies?
I read.
What do you read? What are you reading?
I love John Grisham.
I do
He's
too.
my favorite, first and
He's
foremost.
legal
Yes.
Yeah. Legal drama. Courtroom
drama.
Yeah.
Is there any crime like Law and Order where they do the crime part and then the investigating and then they do the courtroom part?
That's the kind of stuff I like. Those Law and Order type of things. NCIS.
Do you read Stuart Woods?
No, I have not.
He's great.
Is
Stuart
he?
Woods.
I
Is
Write
he
it
also
down.
another
I
legal?
Yeah, that's mainly the genre I read. I read like courtroom drama, legal
Really?
thrillers.
I first
yeah.
started out with Mary Higgins Clark. Now her daughter, I think Carol, writes.
Very pop culture kind of fiction, right? Because those names I recognize. I don't read them, but I recognize them.
Yeah.
shit, what's it?
Do you do any
It's like one of my
Nora
favorites.
Roberts? Just the
Yes, I do
fantasy,
like
historical.
Well, not a lot of her stuff, but I have read a couple of her things, and I like Dean Koontz.
Dean Koontz.
He's Koontz, yes.
Good.
Oh, and Shelby, no.
Sydney Sheldon.
Yes, Sydney, no.
No.
Shelby.
Right, Cindy Sheldon's the Where the Sidewalk Ends, isn't it?
Yeah, not that one.
We love those. I used to read them every night.
You mean Shel Silverstein?
Yeah, Shel Silverstein. Thank you.
I don't know
Thank
that one.
you.
Sydney
have the
Sheldon,
whole-
I think, does
we have
TV.
the whole stack
I
of
think.
them.
Yeah, well,
Every night.
there's that guy, but there's
Robert Heinlein.
Science fiction.
science
James
fiction.
Patterson.
That's
He's phenomenal.
He's really good too.
And those ones are more like psychological
Douglas
Yeah.
thrillers.
Science fiction.
Isn't that a president?
That is John.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe. To
Galaxy.
the Galaxy.
Oh, that was a TV show.
It's been made into a movie. I think they did a stint on TV, right?
Yeah. The Galaxy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It was a BBC series. First
Yeah.
it was a BBC radio series. Then they turned it into a BBC TV series, and then they turned it into a movie.
Yeah. I can give any class 4 credit on any science fiction. I could.
And he also wrote Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency.
Never watched that.
No, he wrote the book. They did a TV series last season with
Just the name Dirk puts me off.
no. You
But I like Dirk Benedict,
he
the singer.
is-
Dirk
it is
Bentley.
a
Dirk Bentley.
Brilliant,
Country singer.
absolutely brilliantly written book. And then the sequel to that was The Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul. But absolutely brilliant. He's a brilliant writer. And what's the guy's name? Frodo.
Tolkien?
Sean Austin?
No,
Oh,
it
you-
was Sam.
I don't know that actual
Are you talking
fucking
the actor
people.
or the
actor
guy
who
who
played
wrote the
No,
book
the
for
guy who
Frodo?
played Frodo.
Oh, I have no idea.
In the movie? You didn't see?
Isn't he Sherlock's partner?
Matt
No.
Oh,
Matt
No,
Freeman.
that's
John Freeman.
That's
Elijah Wood.
No.
that's it.
Elijah?
That's thanks to one of the
that's
Tims.
that's because we have awesome listeners and
Thank you,
watchers.
listeners.
Oh, Elijah Wood. Totally know this one. Just really quick, I want to share a few things.
No.
Yes.
Penguin65 said, I see Fernie. We have Kelly Guy in chat. Kelly Guy said, I'm not sure you can draw a conclusion about men from the behavior of men on that show, which is The Bachelor
Or Bachelorette.
They have been hand-selected to provide entertainment and drama. The average behaving guy will not be selected for the show. Penguin said Wentworth is better than Orange. So I saw a few episodes of Wentworth. I have to go
Yes.
back and keep
Johnny
watching it.
Fever did recommend Wentworth,
Right,
which is
right.
the
Yeah,
which is an
Wentworth is-
Australian,
It's Australian.
version, right?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Normally I'll jump on any of those British ones.
Yeah, I do a lot of BBC.
But that one, you do a lot of BBC?
Oh,
So
yeah.
was Wentworth any good? Is there more
You got
sex
that right.
in Wentworth than in Orange is the New Black?
No.
Yeah, in the beginning it was,
A little bit, but I mean,
it was just worth
is a
watching, like it draws you
serious-
in, yeah,
serious
yeah.
drama.
yeah.
Think an Australian women's prison version of Oz.
I don't think I could do that much women prison movies or TV.
You can.
in
There's
one
never enough
sitting.
women prison movies. Like,
I-
there's never enough.
Does it work as like a deterrent from ever going to prison, or
No.
do you want to go to
Like,
prison
it
because
makes-
of these shows?
It makes you watch and see, like, if I go...
I can get a girlfriend.
For example, I know from Orange is the New Black that I would be there 30 seconds and I would be someone's bitch. Like, there is no question. Like, no hesitation. Like, maybe someone will throw their pie for me, but I will be someone's bitch, by choice or not. So I realize I'm not strong enough for prison. So maybe in that case it is a deterrent. You know, I'll stay away from stabbing anyone just because.
Do you think by watching all of these women prison shows, you kind of know the lay of the land if you have to go in?
Well-
you could navigate all the perils and tribulations that you would come across?
I actually,
If you paid attention and you watched Wentworth, you'd be a little better prepared.
if you're in Australia, but in Australia. So I went.
Are you saying that you know what women's prisons are like in the U.S.?
I went at one
In my
point.
past life,
I went at one point for criminal justice. Started out in social work, switched to criminal justice, and I ultimately was going to be a juvenile probation officer, but I started out where my one professor was in the women's correctional facility out in Pennsylvania. And she's just like, don't do it. Don't do it. The women are worse than the men.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad. So I wouldn't last.
In my
At
20s.
first, I can't pee in a stall without a door, let alone in a public bathroom.
You have bashful bladder.
Yeah, I have a shy bladder.
I worked at the prison in Vacaville, CMF, for a summer in
What's Vacaville?
California,
Okay.
Northern California. And that was an experience.
Did you
6 months.
befriend any of the inmates?
Oh, I worked in the mail room.
Did they get you to be a mule?
Well, I was in the mail room, so yeah.
I would be a mule. I'd do whatever I had to survive. I'd be like, you want to shove what? My what? Will you keep me safe? Put it up there. I'm like, I have plenty of room back there.
Orange is the New Black. 2 to 3 months out of the year is plenty for me. I don't even re-binge watch. I'll binge watch it when it first comes out, when the new season comes out. But I don't, not like Walking Dead. Like I could watch Walking Dead 7 times before the new Walking Dead comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Fear the Walking Dead started this Sunday, which was awesome, by the way. But yeah, women's prison shows just it's enough. It's enough for just a couple months out of the year, maybe. I'm good.
It has excellent writing, good stories, really drama,
I'm sure it does.
and psychological twists. That's what makes the show appealing. Not the women in prison, but the interaction
Right.
between.
I think
It's, I mean, just how it starts out, just to share. This woman's in prison and somebody gets stabbed, and like everything leads to kind of blaming her. And like in this particular prison, like another woman had her kid there, like she was raising her child in prison. So, sorry, I had a little leftover. But it's a really good show. I definitely have to get back into it. Thank you.
I think the reason why I don't really care for
You're in for a huge surprise for season 4.
Oh yeah.
I think one of the reasons why I can't and the word is dwell on those kind of shows for so long is because I'm more of a shows as good as Orange is the New Black is, and I'm sure that Wentworth is, as good as the writing is, and as positive as some of the episodes are, most of them aren't that good. They're very pessimistic, they're very dark, and being a more optimistic person, I just can't be in that state.
See, I found that
for
a
so
lot
long.
with The Walking Dead. Like, there were episodes where I'm going, this is horrible. It is so, it's like dragging because,
Just look
for
at
that
the flowers.
reason. Yeah, that's all. That's it. Mike said somebody would pull out their pocket in prison and Toxie would grab that SLB in a hurry.
Yeah, I was going to say on the
What is that? What is that?
On-
Somebody would what?
That's from,
In
somebody
Oz,
would pull out their
their
pocket in
So
prison.
the white would be hanging out, and the bitch would have to walk next to the person holding their pocket.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
so
learned
you
that
would
in
be
Oz.
holding on to the pocket?
Yeah, holding onto the pocket.
Sorry, it would happen.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no doubts. Even in real life, I'm not even my own muscle. So,
So you need a boomer.
yeah, so prison life, like, I'll be who's gonna protect me? I'll be your bitch. That's it. Let's see,
Do you think that you would rate women? Because you watch the show like Orange is the New Black, and there were some fine-looking women in there.
right.
Would you? So if it, I can't remember the characters' names, but if it was someone who was not that attractive that wanted you to be their bitch, and then
Crazy
somebody
Eyes.
else, I think Crazy Eyes is beautiful, honestly.
I
But
love her.
Yeah.
but if it was, or if you had a choice of the prettier one, would you
Right.
pick the prettier one, even though the uglier one was more badass?
So my choice in women is a little different than my choice in men. My choice in women, I actually always go for like the thin blonde. So like Allison Sweeney is one of my biggest girl crushes.
Yeah.
And Piper, the one who plays Piper,
Piper.
the main character. I mean, I would totally be all over that. So I like the long blonde hair. I love me some Sierra. She's got some boobs, so.
I'm a long blonde hair, male or female. I don't care.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, you get a little bit of California sun on there, and I'm like, oh yeah, let me pretend I'm gonna get in there and get there and be like,
Do you see yourself in prison anytime soon since
I
you're
hope
preparing
not.
so well?
geez, I hope not. I really hope not. But my sister was, and she's prepared me, so I can totally make ramen out of toilet water.
Did you just put your sister on blast?
Yeah, if you know my sister.
She did it so nonchalantly. It's like it's so.
My sister's told me everything about prison.
It's nothing now. Once you walk through those gates and get patted down just to visit,
One
you
of the
put
stories
money
that
on the commissary.
One of the stories that I have this week is the girl who back in 2014 texted her boyfriend into killing himself
Yes.
is on trial this week.
Yes.
And you do a lot of texting. I mean, you really you get some texts that I would understand after talking to you how a guy would go hook a hose up to his tailpipe.
I would like to clarify that I would never. What are you doing to me? I will never get a date again. I would never
I don't think
encourage someone.
you don't do that on purpose, but there are times when I've seen some of the texts that you get and then the answer you give is pretty much a thrashing, and
A polite.
if I were one of these guys, I might consider going out to the garage. And then if he texts you to tell you that, hey, I'm going to kill myself, you would probably tell him to get back in the car.
I would. Okay, no.
Because this is what this girl did, was tell this guy you should just get back in the car.
She did. I would never do that. And actually, anybody who would text me directly would have my number and would be a friend. So I definitely would never do that. Right. You're referring to messages I get on my Toxie page or my dating site where people present their, like the first intro is, I want to grab your hips from behind and slam your ass until I come inside. And I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say like, that sounds like a great idea. Let's meet up. I'm going to respond, but I've never done so, to where I want to make someone kill themselves. Or at least I hope not. But, I do get, like this week alone, I got, and just really quick, not to change it, but I have to tell you, I was driving here and things were coming to mind. And I had my child writing them down, and I said, I need you to write down penis puppetry. And she wrote, balls puppets. But these guys, like, it was a big week for penises and guys sending their penises. So I used my normal response of like, you really need to get that checked out. But then I changed it and I said like, hey, it would be awesome if you could do some penis puppetry, make a little bunny out of your dick, and send that to me, and then we'll talk. Yeah. And so far, like,
no takers.
No, I've done it to 3 so far, and no one. I have not gotten a bunny penis yet.
So I started a new Alexia Facebook account where it's just Alexia all the time, except I'm only on there like a couple hours a day. But I have been inundated with messages, and there's one guy who keeps sending me these photos, and they're beautiful. They're little flowers. Sometimes they're gifts, of sparkling balloons, with I love yous. And,
he's in India?
I think so, or Pakistan, I think is what it is, which I said, oh, thank you, every couple of days. I'll say, oh, thank you so much, or whatever, and then I've had a few that send me their penis right off the bat. So I'm in the very first stages of getting, because I used to get, when I was dating before, I would get these all the time.
Right.
But I've been out of that for so long that now I'm back at stage 1 of getting penis pictures. Right. So my first reaction is, that's so rude. That's my first reaction. Right? That is so rude. Why would you send that? I don't even know you.
Yeah.
I'm aspiring to become as deft as you are in answering messages with comedy, but I really like the penis puppetry idea.
I also tried. I had a friend who told me to do this. So I tried when one sent one. I tried to hit the button where it says request money. And I was going to say, I was going to say a $25 consultation fee for viewing your penis. But it wouldn't let me. I don't know if I had to set up an account first or something, but it kept saying, it's not set up. But I'm every time they send them, I'll send a consultation fee, and
That'll work.
that's it.
See if you can hook
So-
up an anonymous PayPal or something.
Oh, maybe. And then you want me to look at it's penis for pay. It's
Or send them the name, address, and phone number of a urologist in their area.
I did that so far as I don't know if you remember,
Remember, yeah.
but when that one guy, I told him I scheduled an appointment for him, and I pulled up a doctor's name. And when he's like, "You're crazy," I'm like, "Well, I take offense to that. So now I'm not going with you to the appointment. You're gonna have to Uber there." But I've already prepared the doctor for your arrival. So,
I'm crazy. You just sent me your dick.
At some point, you just kind of have fun with it.
Yeah, you do.
So,
do you
that's
still
all.
get penis pictures in the?
Thank God, no.
No. So what point were you at? Because there are stages.
Yeah.
To seeing penis pictures. So what stage were you at when you stopped either accepting them or getting them? Were you a joker like Toxie is? Or?
No. What I love is that, in our message folder, then we have what's called the other folder. And for some reason, I guess because my page is so locked down, that it automatically, even to new people, it'll put them over in the other category. So what I do is when I see it's kind of filled up, I'll go and look, just like the friend request. I have over 1,200, and I just go through and make sure I haven't missed a real friend, and then the rest I just ignore them. And then same with the other folder. And then I was told, or I read somewhere a while ago on Facebook, that you don't hit delete and you don't do something else, because that way they can still follow you or something.
You can turn off the follow feature on
Yeah.
Facebook. So if you want,
Yeah, I
me to
don't know
help
if I
you
have
walk
that
you
one
through
locked
that, I
down or
can.
not. But I really don't. Now, as of late, I've been getting messages if they see me bantering, amongst other friends. And they're like, "Oh, I really like your wit. You're very funny. Oh, and you're beautiful, blah, blah." Then, after, I don't know, half an hour of chat, then they're like, "So, how open-minded are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I hate when they lead with
I
that."
thought you were ramping up to where you instead of joking with them when they sent them, that you were requesting them.
No! Oh my God, no.
So, why don't you send me a picture of your penis and let's see if this is going to work.
Yeah, no.
I had one where I had posted about, guys, you don't need to send penis pics, but there's a guy who was on mine. I finally had to block him. I have 32 of his penis pictures. And I said, hey, he said, "Here you go." I get a message, "Bing, here you go." And it's his penis. And I go, no, I wasn't asking for it.
Right.
I was saying, don't send them to me. And he's like, "Here you go." And here's another one. I'm like, "No, sweetie, we're not on the same page here." So
Okay,
what?
How many of those pictures include a ruler? Or a tape
none.
measure?
I actually had a guy hold 2 Coke cans in one hand and him in the other. And I went,
Like, that's supposed to impress you.
well, no, it frightened me.
Yeah.
And,
that would be my first thing. Would be like, whoa.
and I went, thanks for oversharing. I gotta go. Block.
So
I don't
You're
need
just super nice. You're just like,
Well, no, sometimes I just ignore them and hit block. But this guy I had been chatting with for, I don't know, a few weeks, and he was really nice. He goes, "So, I'm going to be in town." This is in California. And he goes, "So I'm going to be in town, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Great, we'll meet for coffee." And he goes, "Well, I want you to get a better picture of what I look like." I'm like, "Great." I believed him. I really thought it was more
In case
closer
you
up.
can't recognize me.
Right? And he sent me his one hand holding 2 Coke
I
cans.
can see Fernie at the club. Oh, that bulge looks right. Let me see your penis.
No,
Can
but
pull your pants out a little?
BuzzFeed, I love BuzzFeed. They did this thing where the women were blindfolded and they were feeling up men, and they could tell by their shapes and scents what they were. And there was a black
Such
gal.
as African American, Hispanic.
That's
yes.
my ultimate like.
I'm like,
how
how
do
did
you
I
get
not
that?
get that, right? Oh my God, I would have so been for that one. I was that black girl. I even looked away and was listening to her description of his muscles. She goes, "Oh, I know this one. He smells like cocoa butter." And I went, "Black," terrible, but it was true. And then she said, "Oh, and then I know the difference if a man, how he hangs, if he's left or right-handed." So she knew that.
I didn't know that.
Well, let me tell you. If a man is left-handed,
Burn's schooling us today.
only because I just, did a lot of research. But so if a guy's left-handed, his junk is on the right and preferably like down his thigh. And then if not, it's kind of packaged off to the right. And then if he's
If
right-handed,
it's down his
kind of-
thigh, isn't it 2 Coke cans?
Why? If it's down his thigh, it's punching your cervix. Like,
Hello.
Look at the glee.
and they all go to you. Any guy who comes to me and is like 2 Coke can worthy. I'm
No,
like,
I don't want 2
friend.
Coke cans, but a good girth. A good girth. Oops, sorry, Mr. Microphone.
Oh, Mr. Microphone likes it.
Oh, he is so much in trouble. Look at me. Look at me shaking.
Just
his
don't
butt.
hit him.
Oh,
Just
oh,
don't hit
I don't
him and
hit.
he's
I don't
happy.
hit. I don't hit. Mm-mm. I don't nick, bite.
When I get angry, I tend to hit the base.
Yeah, I don't.
Doesn't like it.
I do too.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
Yeah,
so
whatever.
2 Coke cans. So
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, if a guy came to me with like 2 girth, length, any of that, I'm
My
like,
friend Fern, here's her. No,
I'm 41.
I really don't
I've
want
got
it.
to keep this shit tight. Like
Yeah.
this is what I got going for me right here.
Well, I'm 55
So
and
I'd
my
be
shit's
like-
still tight, so I don't just do 2 Coke cans. So that's just crazy.
be like, get the
But
Coke cans out of here.
I like a good 8, but for me it's circumference.
What if they prefer Pepsi?
No, I know. I'm a Pepsi
Mountains
girl.
do.
I'm a Pepsi girl. I don't like Coke.
I
But
like
the
Mountain
reference
Dew.
of his picture.
Just
that he
get
sent
me a Mountain Dew. Please.
Although,
Yes.
the 20-ounce bottles with that would be kind of cool.
Like
I think.
this size.
When I worked as a bouncer,
What- do you
my
have your
hands were
measuring
full and I
tape?
was holding beer bottles and I was helping take the beer bottles back up, and my hands were full, and so it was my beer. That's why I did it. But I reached down and I picked it up with my mouth and I brought it up like this, and they were like, and I'm like, and I get over there and I'm like, you've never seen someone? They're like, I didn't engulf the whole beer bottle, pretty much. But no,
But that's an image.
they really like that I can tie a cherry stem too.
I see that in lots of movies, television, and
Mine is rude.
drunk girls at the club
Mine
that
is rude.
brag on the fact that they can. In fact, I've been one of those drunk girls at the club. I've tied a cherry stem with my tongue.
I used to.
I do 2 at once.
do you?
Okay.
I
don't
used to
think-
be able to.
That
and-
skill in a man is much more valuable to me.
Absolutely.
And one time I was at, my daughter was real little, maybe 3, 4, and we were at Red Lobster. And I had gotten a drink that had a cherry in it. So I did it, for fun. And then when the server came over, she's like, my mom can tie cherry stems with her tongue. Like, thanks, kid.
Thanks, honey.
Do you have the measuring tape?
I care about girth, length. Yeah. You're such a good.
There was just a little snippet of Johnny Fever. For those of you who are watching this fancy video later. Are you measuring your soda pop Kirby bottle?
Yeah, but just do the girth. Length doesn't mean shit. I was the guy that was the size of my pinky.
Sierra will attest to the fact that she prefers the motion of the ocean as
Yeah.
opposed to what's making it. It could be a dinghy, it could be a yacht, whatever it is, as long as it knows how to get from point A to point B in a zigzag, semi-rapid, sometimes slow fashion, she's
Yeah.
good to go.
Yeah.
Is that enough analogy?
Yes.
Enough nautical analogy there?
The girth is 9 inches. It doesn't look it, but that
No,
goes up.
that's-
It's not coming back.
When we're not on live,
Oh, that's.
You need to measure the radius.
Circumference is fine.
Okay.
Circumference is a good gauge.
when we're not on.
The larger the larger their circumference,
I mean,
the bigger
I-
it is. So
Math means nothing to me. Like,
Yeah.
let me measure with my hand.
Because if you want to get the radius, then you need pi, which means you got to go from the center out, and I don't think he'll let you stick anything in his pee hole.
No, you want diameter, not radius. I'm sorry.
And we've lost the show somehow.
Pie sounds dirty.
Well, there's pudding.
There is pudding. So we have to find the pie.
I gotta brag. Oh my God. Johnny, I just don't need that visual, my friend.
I do. Keep talking. Tie some cherry stems while you're over there.
Cherry pie.
Have we lost our audience?
So yeah, everyone's
Is
gone.
everybody gone?
Everyone's like, the show's over.
It's very sexual tonight. It's usually not as sexual, I think.
I'm sorry, but every time I'm on,
Even when
it's
we do
something sexual.
even when we're talking masturbation, it never goes on this long.
So I will tell you,
You know what it is? It's the girth.
I had somebody message me, a regular listener, actually somebody who's been on the show several times as well. I just won't say who because he didn't say, tell them it's me. But he messages me today and said, do you know what Limp Bizkit is? And I'm like, yeah, I went to one of their concerts like 20 years ago. And he's like, no.
He's been watching Silicon Valley.
Yes. And he said it's when a bunch of dudes like nut on a biscuit, and whoever finishes last has to eat the biscuit.
Oh!
Are these like young dudes? Are these like teenage dudes?
Like
no.
fraternity,
Fraternity? Okay, fraternities I can understand because they're idiots anyway. But
and they're all running the country now.
Oh.
And then he also sent me a video, which I'll share, but it's about a
not
woman.
of Limp Bizkit, right?
No, not of Limp Bizkit.
Because I don't think you
But-
can share that on Facebook.
It's a woman who, well, I'll share it with you guys, but it's a woman who's just talking about why she loves to give head so much. And it's just, I don't know if she's like, hi, or, you know, what have it. And she's like, I'm sorry to my family and friends that I have hurt, but I just really love to do this.
I'm going to take you back for a second to this Limp Bizkit thing.
Okay.
Why would this friend of yours send you such a video?
I think it was just early. And maybe, I don't
Was
know.
that
maybe he
morning over
saw it.
coffee conversation?
Here. Maybe he saw it and thought of the show.
Oh, okay. I've had people
Okay.
send me stuff that might be okay for the show.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
So that's kind of what it was. Like, he's sent stuff before, and he's a friend of the show, and so he's like, hey, here's this video you might want to check out and talk about.
That is crazy.
And then
That's got to be a new thing, right? That's not something that they used to do
The-
back in the day.
the Limp Bizkit,
Uh-huh.
I've never heard of it prior to today.
So these guys will be running the country in 10 years.
Yeah,
They're not the ones running the country now. They had other fucked up stuff in
got
their
my
fraternities
doubts.
back then. So
Oh my God! Timothy said, I knew that game is Soggy Waffle. It's gross. I never joined in.
Soggy
heard
Waffle
about it and was
the
sick.
original name of it.
I used the never joined in quotes, by the way. You didn't. But Soggy Waffle. Now you learned something new.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You know what you should Google just for fun, especially if you're a breakfast kind of person, but blue waffle. Just Google it.
The what?
Blue waffle. Yeah, anyone. Go ahead. Just
fine.
Google it.
I'm
while
not
you're-
doing it on the air.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
You'll be curious. It's like, do you like Legos?
Hey, so if you're enjoying the show, so far, you could help sponsor us by going to our Patreon page. That's patreon.com/Sin City Bounty, or the other way around. I can't remember. And pledge to monthly to sponsor the show. We'd really appreciate it. When we get to $3,000 a month, we're going to set up with Johnny here and fill this table with tacos and have an intimate Google Hangout chat with all of our fans.
and tacos.
And tacos. 3,000 is our goal because that's $1,000 in taco spending money for each of us.
Holy
By the way, Timothy keeps saying, "Don't do it, don't do it."
Tim, see, I don't have the screen. I would have. Oh,
I said, "Shh."
it's that.
So
but I'm not clicking on the
So you may not want to Google it.
and then look at this.
I don't want to look.
No, I'm not looking either.
I don't
So
need
I'm
to.
reading.
I'm reading.
You get to see what we do with tacos. Or
Tacos.
for tacos.
All of our fans just
With
left
tacos.
now. They've cleared out the chat.
Right, because they're all Googling. Phil said I love tacos, especially pink tacos. I think it's a place in California, isn't it?
There's one here right across
Is
from
there?
the Rio, I think.
Pink taco?
Oh, pink taco?
Yeah.
I heard a pink box. Like
I'm actually a
donut.
little offended by the name
Are you?
of a restaurant called Pink Taco.
But mine's not pink, so I don't care.
What color is yours?
Beige, like my nipples.
There's no pink at all.
Well, okay, I'm really limber and I can look and all, but last time I looked, no, I don't think it's pink.
No. So Orly came out with a new collection.
Who?
Orly, it's a nail polish brand.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And what it is,
Do they have one called Pussy Pink? Tell me they have one called Pussy Pink.
maybe they do, but this one's actually a little bit more serious. And it was something I wasn't aware of, which is why I decided to bring it and share it. No, they came out with a collection that makes it possible for Muslims to wear nail polish. And before that, I actually didn't know that they couldn't wear nail polish.
I didn't know that either.
So what it is, men and women are not able to wear regular nail polish. It conflicts with prayer practices. The coats of the polish are believed to create a barrier over the skin, which prevents water from touching every part of the body during ablution. I think I chopped that word.
Adulation?
No, ablution. Ablution?
Oh,
Ablution?
Ablutions, yeah.
But Orly's new polish has a solution. And basically what they did is they are all halal certified polishes, which let oxygen and moisture pass through the polish.
Very cool.
So I totally learned something I didn't know, first off,
I
and
didn't
it
either.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But the colors are Harem Bay, the Perfect Anime
Harem?
Cure, Harem, Haram,
Harrow.
Harem Bay, the Perfect Amani Cure. Oh, I get that, Amani Cure. Amani Cure.
You are so stinking
What the
cute.
Fatima.
It's got to be pretty obvious that the blonde.
Ignore the haters.
Ignore us.
And more named by there's more, but MuslimGirl.com founder Amani Al. I'm not gonna get it. I'm sorry.
But Muslim.com, right? So we'll just send them there.
Yeah, just go there.
MuslimGirl.com.
Muslim girl.
Yeah, and it's made with great ingredients like argan oil,
So,
vitamin 5.
but it's not limited. You don't have to be Muslim to buy them. So you could be a regular,
Yeah.
very pink pussied white girl.
You know, and I'm going to
Yeah.
make you look and just tell me, because now, you know.
I'll take one for
Okay.
the team.
All right. Thank you.
I like looking at pussies.
Oh my God.
I think they're pretty. Sorry.
I think mine is.
I think penises are pretty too.
Yeah, it's certain ones. There's some that are.
Not all.
I'm an artist, so
Okay.
I look at the human anatomy as very beautiful, and I also think cockroaches are pretty. So there you go.
So
are
one
we
of our
friends
listeners just made this based off of our topic of conversation.
Oh my golly.
And I don't know if you could see, but it is a
Bunny rabbit.
out of a balloon.
Who's gonna zoom in?
Okay, so I'll show the first.
Oh, I see it. Look it.
There
it
you
looks
go.
Great. Oh,
And then to make it arty,
They did a towel.
oh, we can't show this one.
Oh, wait, let me see.
But this is what it would
yeah, we
look
can't
like
show this one.
Let me see.
if someone did send me a penis designed into a balloon bunny.
Then I really
So-
don't want to. Yeah, no, we can't show that one.
Oh my God, I love our fans.
Right?
That's crazy.
That is.
So thank you very much. That was amazing.
That was. I was expecting when I first saw it that it was white. I thought maybe it was one of the towels, like in a hotel. They make them all pretty.
I love the fact that one of our fans can make animals out of balloons.
I'm pretty impressed by that as well.
Definitely invokes an invite to a party.
I'm impressed that they have the balloons laying around to do it.
Well, I would assume if you're well skilled at that, you would always. I mean,
Right.
that's impressive.
I would carry balloons in my pocket.
If I were to
like-
date a guy and he pulled some balloons out of his back pocket and made me a balloon animal, I would go, "Oh, cute."
I would too. Like, I'm sitting here thinking about the fact that I would totally be turned on by a balloon animal maker. Like,
Now watch. All your messages now are going to blow up. Look what I can make you. Come on, let's go eat. Oh, I'll take you out for a
that's not
taco.
a balloon animal.
And you
I'm-
would marry him if you could make a balloon
I would.
taco, right?
Yeah, well, first off, if a guy can make a balloon animal, I feel like he's my second husband. But if he can make a balloon animal taco, I feel like he's my second husband, then divorce, and then third husband again. So,
Except it would be a balloon taco, which would mean it looks like food, but you can't really eat it, which goes along with that whole sending cupcake pictures and
But-
cake pictures,
if you present it to me while I'm eating a taco,
or with tacos.
with
A taco holder.
I'm in.
Or as a taco holder!
I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. Guys, can you make balloon animals? Can you make taco balloon animals? Can you make taco holder balloon animals? If so, please email me.
When I was in Kansas,
Hashtag Yo quiero. Yo quiero.
Yo quiero
Taco
Taco Bell.
balloons.
Oh, Taco Balloon. Toxin's lost it. What were you saying?
when I was in Kansas, I was at a Chili's restaurant, and a guy came around with his balloons, and he made me a flower, and then he made my niece a little crown, and I went,
Was he hired by Chili's?
no, the manager let him in, and he could go
Yeah, they
around
do
to
it all the
tables.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, and do
My
that.
daughter's always
A
got them.
balloon crown?
I got a balloon
Sounds
crown.
phenomenal.
It was
They-
pink and white.
They send balloon people
Like a regular white girl's
into.
pussy.
Are you trying to say I'm not regular, or I just don't know pink?
They send balloon animals into a lot of kid-oriented restaurants. Red Robin, CC's Pizza, any of those. Trust me, I've invested in many balloon animals in my day.
I read an article, which, we had so much stuff. Every week we have so many topics that we want to talk about.
I didn't even
that we
get to
never
bitch about Kathy Griffin, but that's okay.
Oh no, we can still go there.
But I was reading an article about how places like Chili's and Applebee's and a bunch of places like that are going to go away because the millennials are not, the new millennials coming up don't go to places like that.
Well, then they should stay around for the people who do like to go. Hell with the millennials.
Except the older people don't go as much
Well,
because they get a discount at Denny's.
I like Denny's. I will be the old person there who's like, I'd like my discount, please.
Yeah.
I was talking to my mom
You want
this
a
week,
real surprise? Order a banana split at Denny's.
and then tell them you're a senior
No,
citizen.
no. I'm serious. I'm serious. You look at the picture of the banana split on the menu, and it looks like it's just, kind of a. And they bring it out, and that fucker is huge. I mean, it's like $6.
Huge.
Huge.
You want a real surprise, Johnny Fever?
Yes.
Order a banana split and share it with me at Denny's, and I'm
Okay.
lactose intolerant, so
I get to eat the whole
you'll get a
thing.
real surprise.
Oh no, she will not eat it because she's
I will eat
lactose
it.
intolerant. You will just have to deal with the aftermath because she's lactose intolerant.
It'll be fun. It'll be a game. Guess what happens?
Can you make your rant on Kathy Griffin
No.
under 30 seconds?
I cannot.
Do the story that you found though, the gas station that's offering.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that I totally had no idea. Okay, so there's a gas station offering a bounty on Kathy Griffin's severed head.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
And it's not the first time he's done it. He's done it on, who was,
The gas station guy?
yeah, he's done it,
Oh, really?
other stunts like that before.
Has he?
Yeah.
I
the
didn't see, I
article
just
that,
read.
whatever,
it was a
that,
very
I read
short,
it there.
short article. I read
Yeah.
it too, but I didn't see any of that.
It was yeah, because they were saying you can't arrest him because of freedom of speech because he owns the private property. And he did a thing about Shell because Shell pulled out. They said, we're not going to sell you our
Actually,
gas.
if he's offering money for the death of someone,
Yeah, $50,000.
that, I don't think that's covered under free speach.
That's a
No,
crime.
true. It is a crime.
It is a
But
crime.
It is.
it is.
How do you guys feel about what Kathy Griffin did? I'm like it was tasteless to me,
Right.
super tasteless. I never would have gone to that point. But you know what? And she's dealing with the consequences
Severely.
Yeah,
Severely.
that's a form of free speech. I mean, it was just a photography thing.
I feel, I mean, I'm just throwing out there that the photographer is equally as responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just he's not Kathy Griffin.
Yeah.
So, Griffith, I forget. But
it's no different to the things that they did to Obama.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
effigies of him hanging and
Yeah,
calling
but
his kids
I'm not a big
monkeys.
fan of two wrongs make a right,
No,
Right.
or
right.
an eye
I'm
for an
saying-
eye either.
I'm
So I
saying-
mean, we should be above that.
Yeah,
right. I agree. I agree.
Especially if I'm going to call myself a lefty or someone on the left, or right now I'm registered as a Democrat because I haven't changed it back yet because my ass is too lazy. If I'm going to be, have the moniker of Democrat, I don't want any lefty Democratic people doing any kind of shit like that because it just makes us all look bad.
But that's where we fucked it all up here. Is I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, I'm a nonpartisan, I'm an independent. Fuck that. There's stuff that I like that they do. There's stuff that they do that I like.
Johnny.
And
Johnny,
they're all
most people are very middle of the road, but if you want to have a voice
oh,
in primaries,
and that's why I registered.
that's the
as a
reason, the
Democrat
only
this
reason
time.
I registered as a
Me too.
Democrat. If you want a voice, then you have to follow the rule of
Right.
law of the land.
But you do not have to follow all. You don't have to blindly follow all of the parties' lines.
There are plenty of people who don't. There are plenty of people who don't. But and we're even guilty of it, when we say all those fucking right-wing people, I know all right-wing people aren't stupid asses. I know a lot of them are scientifically high-minded. I know a lot of them are educated. But every now and then I will lump them all together because of the other stupid right-wing asses, right? And I will tend to get bustled into the left-wing, liberal, snowflake,
Snowflakes.
crying
Well, just remember
babies.
this, okay? Snowflakes. Just remember this, sons of bitches. Winter is coming.
And with that, I think that's our show. I think we've even gone over. I am Alexia.
I'm Fern.
Toxie.
We are Sin City Bounty. We will be back next week with Steph.
Yay.
We've had Steph on the show before. I'm so excited. Maybe I can get her to dress as her cosplay persona. She's a
I would like
raccoon,
that.
I believe.
I would like that
Oh,
more
I'm going
than
to ask
you
her.
know.
We'll be back next week if you're brave enough.
Later, bitches!